Hey, good morning everybody. Peter here with Life with Peter. Just wanted to give you a little update on that wood we had delivered yesterday. I started to bucket up this morning. I want to get a few pieces split and see what the moisture content is. There was a older gentleman that had bought a bunch of wood from us. A lot of that elm that's over there that you see. He built his own splitter. He's 82. He loves splitting wood. So he bought a trailer load of that, and we told him it was really wet, that it won't catch fire unless you put a lot of other dry wood in there and it has time for the moisture to escape and dry out. And he was back yesterday saying that, yep, that's true. So he asked if he had any dry wood, and I said, we're out of it. And then our arborist friend, at least one of them, showed up with all this wood here. All that wood there, 2 loads there, and this has a bit of cottonwood. It has cherry in it, which we're really excited about, and then it's got some dry wood. Plus, earlier that morning, as I mentioned, he dropped off that load over there, which is spruce, a little bit of spruce, but mostly apple. So we're researching how to sell that apple to people who smoke meat, and we've had lots of requests for fruit wood, but we've never had any. Look at that orange color. Beautiful, huh? And the day before, he dropped off that great big load there. Now that's the kind of load that right now, with my back only being healed to about 95%, I still have to be really careful. I think I'm going to stack them just as logs for now. Maybe cut them up into rounds like we've got over there with some big spruce, because those spruce dried out pretty fast. But this is cottonwood, and unless you split it, it doesn't dry out very fast here, even in the heat. And then we've got all these cedar pieces. We're trying to figure out what to do with those as well. They're wet, but they will dry really quick. And a lot of people have different ideas about whether you should burn cedar or pine or spruce in a chimney. In the Northwest, they burn a lot of that stuff because that's what they have. But you do have to take care of your chimney and your fireplace like you would. And I know that there's a product out there that you can burn in your wood stove or your fireplace. It helps the creosote from forming as much, but you still have to take care of your chimney just like you normally would. So I've been bucking this up this morning. I thought I would stop and just show you what I'm doing. But I want to get a read on the moisture content, because if it's low enough, I can call this gentleman and say, hey, we've got dry wood, come on down. He'll come down. He built his own splitter. He's a neat old guy. He brought a 1939 Cadillac that he had restored the other day. Pulled in our driveway. I had no idea what was going on. So these two are 2 different dumps yesterday. He came with 2 trailers, him and his helper, and they dumped this one first and then dumped this one second. So I'm concentrating on the dry wood, and I'm going to take some of this now over to the splitter, and let's see what the moisture content is. So come on along. Really good to have you here. If this is your first time here, well, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. It's always great to have people involved in what you're doing. I love watching other guys' videos on different topics, especially firewood. Big shout out to Back 40 Firewood and In the Wood Yard, and Adam from his wood channel. Learn a lot from those guys. Don't always agree, but it gives me something to think about, but I've learned a lot from them. So big shout out to them. I brought back an assortment, different logs, different sizes, just to get a moisture content reading. The bigger ones felt heavy, and I'm thinking they're probably wet, which would be a real disappointment. Hopefully the smaller ones would be dry enough that this guy could come get a bunch for his splitter and for his fireplace. So let's get Well, the wood that's in the cart there, it's all 15% or less at the very center. And I figured it would be because when I picked it up it was pretty light. And then, you know, when you're splitting wood and you hear that crackling, you know that that wood is really dry. The bigger pieces, disappointing. They're 30-40%, but judging by their weight, I figured they would be, but I think they'll dry out pretty quick. Typically that wood here in Utah, when it doesn't have the bark and we split it the right way, will dry out pretty quick because we've got warm temperatures now, up to 60 today and close to 70 on the weekend. We always get a light breeze. We keep our wood uncovered unless there's going to be rain or snow. As you can see, this pile here, it's got a partial tarp on it. It's actually off most of the way. This is where we put our evergreen, because we don't make bins and bundles just out of evergreen. But that tarp is flown back a little bit, but normally on most days that tarp is off, and we only cover it when we know there's a good chance of rain or snow coming. Otherwise, it's great to have that wood really heat up, and that spruce in the summertime will dry out in 3 to 4 weeks, even though it'll be really wet. That one back there I haven't bothered to uncover, and I think you can see way in the back there we're starting to fill our dog run with pallets to dry our wood. That's mostly elm back there that's really wet, and that's going to take probably 3 months. So I hope you enjoyed today. I'm going to keep bucking up some wood and then give this guy a call, tell him to come on down, have a look, and get him some of that wood so he can split himself. And I appreciate you being here. I love to have community, and I love watching other people's videos as well. So keep being safe and keep following your dreams. They're yours, and you're entitled to have every one of them fulfilled. Talk to you later, and see you down the road. Bye for now.